Rockhopper penguin. Rockhopper penguin. Penguin equals. Where do we want to put it? It'll go in the rainforest for now. All right. Hey, welcome. Today I'm going to be getting back into Merramos and working on the combat system, I believe. My goal is to have working combat by the end of the stream, even if it is just very basic and doesn't really have like enemies, well, doesn't have the pool of enemies or anything when you enter into the combat. Because last time we finished the stream last Thursday, we had it sitting at a point where we could walk around the screen and get into random combat depending on a random number generator. So we're going to kind of carry on with that, and so once we get into that combat scene, we'll actually have something to do. So I guess with that, let's jump into it and get started. So actually, I'm going to take off my hoodie real quick. It's really warm in my office. Alright, much better. So when we left off last week, we had this where we could run around, and at some point we would end up in a battle. And I kind of just did a real rough mock-up at the end of the stream for kind of how I wanted the combat scene to look, with the red over here, the enemy and the player, and then the menus are going to be down here. So I think with that we will jump right in and maybe knock out, let's knock out a little bit of art actually real quick, just to get a menu screen put together. So I think I want to do this in I think it's a 9 rect or 9 patch, so that it can extend out and be resized with no issue. So I think probably let's see, I want to do 32 by 32 for the tiles. So I'm going to need 3 tiles. It's going to be 96 by 96. We'll just start here. I think I'm going to do just something basic, like a gray outline. So we can grab the shape tool. We can just throw a quick box around, like so. Then we'll do 1, 2, 3, maybe. Okay, we'll go there. So we went 1, 2, 3, 4. That should be right, I think. And do we want to go with a light blue background or a standard gray background? Yeah, I like the standard gray. We'll go back to a brush. Take white, and we'll knock in the corners here. We may go more than the the 1 pixel. Depending on how that looks. Yeah, I think actually I think that looks nice. So we'll get rid of that. Just kind of for now is a place filler. Do something like that. I don't think it's too terrible. And now I'm debating, should I leave that as a white border or should I do... I should do this. I should do dark gray with white inside of it. I think that would look much nicer. Maybe like that? I think like that for now. Then we can take this and make just like a touch darker. And do like the outside. Right? Then do the inside here. Let's see. Maybe do we'll go even lighter. Actually, I think that looks nice. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. It's not the most elegant thing I've ever made, but it's not bad. Okay, well... We'll save it. We'll save it here. Yeah, we'll just save it to here. Then we'll export it. That. And so now we have a little menu frame. So now we'll go back into here, do a new folder, the GUI. We can go over to that pixel art folder. We can grab my menu frame and import it here. And we'll do import preset 2D pixel, re-import it so that it's not blurry. And now we can open combat screen. We can delete that icon. I think a 9-patch rec is what I want. And in the GUI, it'll have the menu frame. And then I've never actually edited this, so I don't know how to do this. Oh, okay. Now if I do that, that is wrong. If I do this. Okay, I understand this now. I get it. Now I have told this that when this moves, stretch everything. Okay, cool. So now this will stretch across the screen. Or however I need it. Okay, cool. Actually, I probably want to do a few that will snap to the grid. Yes. Okay. So now I have the main menu in the background. So now if I play the game, I'll run around, I'll get in combat. And it has that nice looking little menu down here. I love it. So we'll go back to my Trello board, look at my reference. Just kind of see what I had here. Because I really like this, where you've got the different menus. So I actually think I might copy that. So instead of having the one big menu, I would want like one that comes here. This would be player info. Then I would just want to duplicate it to enemy select. And we'll go back and snap this here. Actually, I don't want this to be dead square. I want it to be a little bit low. Or a little bit off the bottom. Then bring this in kind of like that. Kind of do that, I think. I think that's how I want it. Yeah, I feel like that looks good. And so we would have I probably actually want to do a different scene here, honestly. And do that, and that way I can save it as a scene here. Actually, I want it to be combat menu. That. Hey Chip, and thanks for following, OGs. Okay, so I have this. I can do another 9 rect. Actually, we'll just duplicate this one. And we'll do action select. was in referencing here. Yeah, so your player pops up, you pick your player, and then I'll have a little box that comes up where you pick your action. And I do kind of like the aesthetic of it not being exactly square with it. I think something kind of like that. And then this will be dealt with in code. So I will do that. And I haven't thought about the logic for the code yet, but thank you, Allie. Y'all are dorks. Anyways. How do I want to do this? So I'm gonna want to have something inside of this box to divide it all up. You're the worst is what you are. How do I want to do this? So in here, I'm gonna want do I want a label? I'll do that for now. There was something to auto fit the text. So it'd fit in no matter what size you or auto size the text. I did import a font. So, do I have font? That is the next question. Let's see. Actually, let's import this to the GUI folder. There we go. Ooh, I kind of hate that, actually. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. Let's see how it looks in the actual game. No. That looks better, but still not a huge fan of it. Okay, what else do I have? Alright, so we'll take this and also put it in there, and we'll change it from this to yeah, that's actually much better. Alright, fine. That will just live there for a minute. I think that might be about the right size. Yeah, that actually looks really good. I think I like that. Now I can delete this. Okay, so right now this is all static. Okay, so I think I will just use this like so for now. And then do I want to do something like this where you've got the little pointers? Like this. So if I'm copying that kind of style, I would do my player name over here with the information, like HP, MP, and everything over here. But I could change that up. Let's see how much actual I mean, this is a ton of room down here at the bottom for everything. So I could do like the player name, your actions, and then your player stats. I think that makes sense. Yeah, so I'm gonna take this one and bring it over here, take this one, make it smaller. Then I'll take rename that character select. I'll take this label and put it there. I'll grab your reset that to 0 and put this over here. So I want to kind of center it. there's a difference. Let's put you at 60 and split the difference. Actually, that might do. Then I'll do like the HBMP, an active time bar over here. Then I'll duplicate that character select. It'll be the enemy select. I think that will work like that. And then I'll have to set it up so that if you select your player and your action, it'll pop up the enemy select, which will go over top of the player select. I think that's how I want to do it. So trying to remember how this stuff like actually looks, because I haven't played any of these games in so long. All right. Fuck, how do I want to do this? Alright, so keeping with the call down signal up. Okay, so I know I need... to, from the world, pass the player stats over. So I think I have the player stat. No, I don't have player stats attached to the player. Okay, hang on. Let's actually break this down. I'm going to in the world have the player. The player has stats. So the player has stats. Right now my player stats are strength, speed, health, magic. So if I go to my player, I have my stats. Right? Yes. So I'm going to need to I'm bouncing all over the place. I got distracted. I'm gonna need a variable of current health that is equal to why? Because we're going to need the current health, current magic. We need to keep track of those. And then in the combat, we're going to have to call down, right? So gonna be like this. Right, where we signal moving. So we call down and we signal back. So I'd have to create the function I need to get my actual planning notebook. So I have a notebook that I started some of this stuff in. It's where I drew my first map of the world. It's where I started messing around with some like character costume sketches, stuff like that. So now I can use it, nice blank pages, to start planning stuff out and actually have a clear roadmap. So I'll pop over to this view because I'm writing stuff down, I'm not actually doing anything. So for the combat scene, I have combat, and in that combat I have a player that has stats. I have a enemy that also has stats. I have menus which display stats. And so I need, in that combat, when a player attacks, they need to use their stats to determine the damage to enemy. So I don't know if the do I need a combat handler or some script that'll take care of the data calls? Yeah, I'm actually not certain. I really don't know. So I reached out to Heartbeast the other day because I know he has some of the best tutorials in Godot out there, and I just wanted to verify with him whether or not I could, or if it was alright if I used his content on the stream. I wanted to do my due diligence and make sure I had express written permission before I started to look stuff up. So I think he has some stuff for the UI that might be helpful. So let's pause this. And I think something like this might be helpful after the ad, because I don't have YouTube Premium anymore.
Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever and whenever you are. My name is Benjamin, and welcome to part 17 for our Godot Action RPG series. In this video, we're going to project settings and go to auto load, and right here we can select our player. You don't have to do, since it's a global, you can actually just access it anywhere, like player stats, like this. But if you're just accessing your singletons everywhere, I think that's a little bit not a great way to do it. I think it's a little better to create your own little stats variable and get access this way. So that way you know the player is accessing this.
Okay, so
to do this, and you auto load and write information about the player's stats as well. So we'll start by closing. Well, we'll want to set our player's health, and I guess 4 is actually a pretty good starting point for the health. So we'll just close out of this, and then we'll go to project settings, and go to auto load, and right here we can select our player stats. And this creates.
Okay, so first things first, I'm going to want to go to project settings, auto load. I want to go to player and player stats and add that. So now in combat, right? Do I need a script to handle combat? Do I need a script? That is the question. I'm gonna need a script because I'm not handling all of the so we'll do and so now here player stats equal to player stats. Just because.
It's a global singleton that can be accessed anywhere in code. And that's why I say there are better ways to do this, and you could look into some of those better ways as you learn more and more about Godot. But once again, this isn't a terrible way to do it. So let's save right here, and we'll come back to our player scene. And we want to give our player access to those stats. And so we'll come in here and we'll say, let's just do, we don't have to do, since it's a global, you can actually just access it anywhere, like player stats, like this. But if you're just accessing your singletons everywhere, I think that's a little bit not a great way to do it. I think it's a little better to create your own little stats variable and get access this way. So that way you know the player is accessing this global auto load singleton. Then we can.
Okay, so what I want to do is I don't want it here. I want to take my player, let's go into my player scene, and it actually doesn't need that player stats node. So now on my player, I hate it when I don't have stuff properly saved. So on my player, I can go like that. Although, I need to do that on my player script. Okay, now I have that in the right place.
We can come into our ready function here, and we can connect the signal that is in our stats. So we can say stats.connect, and we want to connect to no health, and we'll connect to ourself. And for now, we'll just do Q free. And we need this to be in quotes, actually. There we go. Okay, so remember how this works. We get the object that has the signal we're connecting to, the object that has the function, and the function that we're connecting to. And we're just connecting to our own queue-free function right here. And now we need to attach a hurt box to our player. So let's instance a new hurt.
Okay, so this is going to go through like the hitbox, hurt box, and everything. Oh, this is such a monumental project. I think I am going to take a quick break. I'll be back in like 5 minutes at most, and then we'll keep going from here. So I will be right back. Alright, and I am back. I ran downstairs to get myself a caffeinated beverage again, because I'm still as exhausted as I was yesterday, even after getting a decent night's sleep. Alright. So, we were... we were looking at getting combat up and running. I believe that's where we were. Even holding the can under my desk and opening it, it was still loud. Okay. So, in my stats, I need to have a function for we'll just pass for now. See, this is where it's tough. Do I want two different player scripts? One to cover each scenario, or do I just wish this was an action RPG and my life would be that much easier? Okay. Okay. So I need my player stats to carry across to my overworld and like map travel menu. So gonna have menu, combat. Need to have stats available from there. Yeah, you need to have stats available there. And I have two different players. So I think what I need to do is actually in combat, this combat player needs to be changed to just a normal player T-screen. And then I need to, okay, I need one player object. And if scene type is equal to map, inputs are equal to movement / interact. Elif scene type equal to combat inputs equal menu select / interact elif scene type equals menu, input equal menu, combat or menu. Right? That would make sense. Else path. Right, that would work. If I assigned each scene a type, so could I do that? Could I have a global variable that's a scene type that's attached to every scene that can load. Would that actually accomplish what I want it to? The world may never know, honestly. I've accomplished a whole lot of nothing. Okay, so So, why? Okay, so now when I get into a combat, it's going to print my stats. did that, fixed it. Is it going to throw an error or is it going to print it? Okay. Okay. How would I do this to have it make sense? Yeah, I'm not sure how I need to do this. I was super excited to get into this and like get going on it. But I've kind of hit a wall.
Box. And this hurt box, we're going to need to do editable children, and we're going to need to give it a collision shape. I'm going to do a capsule shape, and we'll shrink this down a bit like this. I'm going to hold Alt so I can select it and move this up. And this will be our player's hurt box. So we're going to be pretty generous on getting hit for this player. Kind of right here, just on the body, the head and ears and cape and stuff. We won't count that. Then we click on our hurt box again, and we come over here to our collision, and we want to put it on a specific layer, and we want to put it on the player hurt box layer, and save. Okay, so we've created the player's hurt box, but now we need to connect to the area entered signal so that we can actually do something when our player gets hurt. So let's connect this signal to our player, and inside of here, we'll say stats.health minus equals 1. And we'll save and run the game. We should, oh yeah, but our enemies don't have a hurt box attached to them still. So let's do that. Let's open up our bat. Come into our bat here, our bat scene. We'll come into 2D. We'll instance a new.
This kind of helps, but not quite. Something like this might actually help. Hey, how's it going, Dorschmidt? Or Dorschmitty?
My name is Corbin, and I study black holes.
I think something like
Coach
this
Enemy can open up a whole landscape of possibilities.
Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever and whenever you are. My name is Benjamin, and welcome to another Godot tutorial for our mobile.
I'm working on my project over here, and I'm running into issues. I've gotten it to a point where I can run around, and after a certain amount or a random amount of travel, I'll pop into my combat, which is good. It's what I wanted. But now I'm working on building out this entire combat scene and getting stats linked up and working menus. And it's something that I'm not super familiar with Godot. Like, I've done a few things here and there, but nothing super overly complicated. And so now I'm trying to go through and get everything linked up and working the way that I want it to.
Turn-based RPG series. If you have enjoyed this series so far, be sure that you don't have to do that. So let's drag our sword button, test button. We'll make sure it's a very, very useful. Set HP.
Like, I'll probably go through off stream and kind of look at this and mess around with it a little bit, see what I can do. But as for right now, it's just a matter of kind of fumbling through it and figuring out what I can.
Equals 3. Var AP equals max AP. Var max MP equals 10. Var MP equals max MP. So we've got this has ended. We can tell the battle node. Because remember, signal up, call down. Each of these is going to have a setter function as well. Each of the HP, AP, and MP. Don't worry about the max values though. So for HP, we'll do set, get, set, HP. For AP, we'll do set, get, set, AP. And for MP, we'll do set, get, set, MP. Now we need to create these functions. Set HP.
Okay. So that's one of the things that I was messing around with. So in my player stats, I did So we'll do a max health and a max magic. Then we'll do health and magic down here. So we'll set that equal to max health. And max magic. That was one of the things that I screwed up. So that'll be fine. So I think I'm gonna do a set health function with a pass for now, and a set magic function with a pass for now as well. Then use the set get here on that. Yeah, so I'll do the same thing. Set health and right? Yep.
P value HP equals value set.
Okay, so that's super easy. So set health value and so I'm super glad that I actually reached out to Heartbeast to verify that it was cool. I used his stuff to reference while I'm streaming.
AP equals value.
If not, I would just be sitting here accomplishing nothing for probably the rest of the stream.
MP equals value. Oops, not false. Okay, right here. So let's create some UI for this right here. So this is our stats panel node. So we're going to add a new container to this. So add a new node, and the container we'll do is this VBox container. No, HBox. HBox container. So this is kind of like, so VBox and HBox containers are kind of like the grid container.
So let's see how we have this set up. So going back to the UI here. Going back to this. What I'm actually going to need is here I would need a V-Box container. Inside that, I would need the label. Actually, I would need all 3 of potential labels. Then over here, I would also need a V-Box. Right? So I would need a V-Box with a H-Box inside of it. Yeah, because I need these. I'm pointing at my screen. Can't see me pointing at my screen, but I would need everything here lined up across the board. So then this H box would have a label with like the HP. Actually, and I'm calling it health, not HP. So you'd have your health and magic in there like that. And then we would format and size all of these to fit in. Something like that. Just real rough. You would also have a V-Box and all of these go in that. Like that, I think. Cancel. Yeah, I think I would set it up like that.
We've got, now we need to create these functions horizontally. And we want it to only be inside of this stats panel. So if we come up here to layout, we can do full rect, and that will make.
Okay, so layout, full rect. Okay, now all of those are inside. What's up? What do you need, Jip? Alright. I will be right back. Alright, I am back. My wife was having issues with her Discord, and I had to go help solve technical issues, and now that's taken care of, and everything is good. So we can get back to building out this UI, which, if I'm being completely honest, is not my favorite thing to do. Okay. So we have this. Not the VBox container here. We can give it a left margin of maybe we'll give it a left margin of 20 to kind of knock it off. We'll give it a top margin of do we want 20 or do we want to knock it down to like, actually I think 20 was the right number. And then we can oh, okay. Alignment center, margin, top, none. And then actually we can I wonder if now the label actually I think fill is the alignment for those. I like that. So fill and fill, and then we'll grab label here and do fill and fill. And we'll save that. I think that looks delightful. Yeah, I think that looks good. So now I need to do that here. I need to do your margin from the left at 20. Alignment center it. And then hit these with a fill. And I think they look wonderful. So that looks good. Oh, did I do this wrong? No, I didn't. So can I do the size flag here? Oh, I don't know what to do with UI to make it look the way I want it and actually have it be dynamic. Like, this looks good. So I think you need a VBOT, and inside there you need to fill rect and then you need attack, magic, item, right? Just attack, magic, item, I think, for now. Yeah, I think just 3. Yep. And then custom fonts, new dynamic. Then from here, the font is load GUI this. Magic, custom font, dynamic, click it, font, load. No, not. Load GUI, this one. Then item does the same thing, custom fonts, new dynamic, font, load, this one. So I feel like this should actually be an H box with a V box inside. This is full racked. Then your alignment is begin. Your alignment. So I think they're both center. Right? But I need them to split the space that they have. Right? I think you all on size flags fill and expand. Right? Or do you just fill? Maybe that for now. I don't know what font size I used here. 38. So I think something like this for now. Then after that, I don't know. Yeah, after this, I'm not sure where I need to go. I'll figure it out at some point. Actually, I'll probably have the answer handed to me if I go back to the yeah, if I go back to that tutorial, actually, let's do that. Let's take a little look-see.
Make sure that it takes up the entire space inside of the stats panel. Once we've done that, we can add some labels inside of here. So we're going to add a new node, label. And each of these labels will be our HP, and we can duplicate them. Well, let's keep this one for now. So then we'll say HP return 25, like this. And we'll want the alignment, just the normal alignment, to be centered. And we could add more, like you can see we can duplicate this and we get more stats, but we want them to be evenly distributed across this so that they're in the center. And to do that, we want each of these to take up as much room as they possibly can inside of here. That way, if there's 3 of them, it will evenly divide the space by 3 because each of them is taking up as much room as they possibly can with each of the other labels inside of the container. And if we go into the size flags for our label, this is where we can affect that. So we want our label to expand horizontally. And you can see that makes it take up the entire space here.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want it to expand vertically? I guess it probably doesn't matter in this case. But it takes up the entire space that it can because it expands horizontally. Now, if we duplicate this, you can see that it immediately divides evenly the space because it's trying to make room for both of them. So if we add another one, and I have been duplicating without telling you how to duplicate. You can technically right click and do duplicate.
Okay, so I was right on how I wanted it to work. So on the labels, I want them to, in my size flags, I want them to fill and expand. And that will evenly space them all out. Like that. And then I want to center align them all. Actually, I can fill and center. To get that all the way to the right. And so now that's looking good on the character select. I am perfect with that. So now this one on size flags. I want them all to fill and expand. And by aligning them center on the vertical axis, it knocks them down. So how does the... Perfect. Okay, so I want these ones to center align as well. And you are going to center align. Center align. Center align. And then I need to size flag these to fill and expand as well. And boom, we have a nice little looking menu. It's dynamic. So if I duplicate that one, it does the same thing, but I don't want that. I'm only ever going to have two. So I think I'll do that. And then I need to fix the enemy select. The size flag, fill and expand, fill and expand. And then we'll do the same thing with the labels. Size flags, fill and expand. Then size flags, fill and expand. I did you left, but that's center. The vertical line on them all needs to be center. You are Bill. Did I do? Yeah, I left a margin on you. Okay. So I think that looked good here. I just need to do my labels here. I don't know how I want to necessarily do this. Like, you see how this says name, then HP, MP, limit, time. So I think I might actually do that. I might do... Why are you different? Because I'm an idiot, that's why. Okay, so we have that. Labels. Maybe character 1, character 2, character 3. And then for these, labels for I think that actually hit pretty well. All right, I think we're back in business-ish. I think that actually, barring the little bit of clipping here, which I'll fix, and up here. So load this. I think that might look good. I'll grab the font size. Okay, so how do I edit the font size? Don't want a custom font. Like, I want to edit this font. Okay, fine. Back over to here. Going through font. So I need a good font for that. So let's actually what is the it's almost just a standard block font. Like, it's different from the. So I think if I can find just a good pixel. Just like a solid, good, like blocky looking font. Maybe like this. Something like that might be good. Just something simple and easy to read. Something that's going to be legible, small as well. Okay, so we're going going to take this, going to draft all. Over into my font. So now I can take this over here, drop you in there. And so now for this health, I can take a custom font. It's a dynamic. Do I want a dynamic font? Did I use? You know what? I think I'm gonna leave that like that. Sorry, my D&D group is messaging, trying to plan for tomorrow night. Okay, so I think doing it like that will look good. See, that looks pretty good. I'm gonna make it maybe smaller. We'll see how that looks at a size of 12. That actually looks really good. It's nice. It's readable. Cool. So we'll take that. We'll grab this and we'll go custom fonts. Can I just load? Okay, so it needs to be a dynamic font. So I think that probably looks good. That's special. We'll do this again. Custom fonts, dynamic. We'll open it up. We need the font. We need to load this. We need to filter maps, drop it down to 12. I think that should look good. Okay, so we'll run around, we'll get into combat, we'll see how menu looks so far. And I think that looks good. Now all that we need to do is for character 1, we can just center that. We'll leave those there and there. This might actually not be a label. This might be a progress bar. Actually, no. Let's change type. And that texture progress fills left to right. It's under. Now your size flags are going to be expand and expand. And there's no anchor. So I need to take and actually make a fill for this and just center it. I actually I might have. Oh, son of a bitch. I made a frame. Okay, so take this, copy that. Then we'll take this. Take these two. Put them in here. Do an import of 2D pixel. Import them. And then up here, we're going to do under, and then we'll do fill, and now we have a much nicer looking bar. We can tint it. Nice green. So right now, we'll throw the value to 50. And we have this nice little progress bar that will fill when we need to do stuff. Although right now, it's not lined up the way I want it to be. But it'll get there eventually. So now we have this nice-ish looking menu. Oh God. Okay, so I don't need the 9-patch stretch. So I can honestly knock you down to 50% scale. Okay, so I'm gonna have to mess around with the sizing and positioning of this. Get it kind of where I want it. It's like, this is where I want it for the most part. I just need it smaller. And so I come down here to the scale and I set it to 0.5 and 0.5. That's the scale I want it at. I kind of want it like right there. That kind of messed everything up. And I don't know why you decided to bump your scale back up. And you were at 265, I think. Yep. So I think that's essentially how I want it to look. I'm gonna want the health and magic to be centered, but I think so far I need to find a solution for that special bar. I really do. That is so bad. Actually, that can go in the over. So I wonder if that's why it resizes. Nope. Alright, so I need to go. I need to go to here. I need to open file. Save as progress bar. Top. So I wonder if that's what's screwing with everything. It could be. I don't know. But I think despite it being like a super annoying process, there's a lot that we can do to actually fix all of this. So I think it's a start. Let's actually get rid of character 2 and 3. We'll duplicate that. Character 1, character 2, character 3. Okay. Bit of center. How did we do this one? Fill, expand, fill, expand. Center and bottom. Oh. Actually, let's get cute here. Got a V-box in there. All of you go in that. Now label a V-box container gets okay. Now in the character thing, feel line can get off. And now you can also get off. And you will also get top. And I think that looks good. Yeah, I think that'll do for the layout, at least. Now I just need to build it and connect it to stuff. Yeah, I think I'm actually okay with that. So now yeah, I think that'll do, actually. And I think at that, I am going to call it a night. I'll work on getting everything connected up next week. Yeah, I'll get everything connected up next week, and then we can go from there. So, thanks for hanging out and joining me. On Sunday, Jip and I, Lorem Gypsum and I, are going to be continuing on with our Stardew Sundays. So we're going to be working on the Cinderstone farm, going for 100% completion. We did the first half of spring of the first year last week, and this week we're going to do the second half of spring. And I don't know if we're feeling up to it, we might do more, we might not, I don't know. But come join us while we work on that. It's going to be Sunday at 2 p.m. Central Time is when we stream. We usually finish up kind of right around 6 or so. So come hang out, join us for that, and I will see you then. Have a good one.